I guess I show you the message settings here because this is where you're gonna like turn on your voicemail to email. So forward my messages as emails. You just put in an email address, and then if you also want to get the voicemail in the phone still, you just check the box to leave an original in inbox. Now you can check it in the phone, check it in the portal, and still get the voicemail to email in your inbox. Any one of these voicemails in here, I could easily forward these as voicemails or emails. So internally, I can just dump one of these right into another inbox of one of my other users. Mark it urgent or private. I could even record a little pre-message. But hey, I got this voicemail from so-and-so. I think you need to hear this. Send it over to them, and they'll get my little pre-announcement before the actual voicemail comes in. And then all these logs are the same logs you're going to see in your, in your physical desk phone or in your soft phone client or your mobile client. It's just another way to see all your call logs. But the cool thing is you could export these call logs if you needed to an Excel file. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the user portal. I'm going to go back to the admin portal here. And so again, like you have admin have access to see all your hunt groups, all your queues. You can, pull users in and out of these queues anytime you need to. Just go into a queue here, go to your members, and very easily just, pull somebody out, take Nick out of there. Put an extension in here, hit the add button. You could add additional members to these queues. Change the way the distribution is. So, ring all or linear, circular, longest idle, different ways to route the calls. So you definitely, have access to manage almost anything in this system. It's just like if you want to create a new hunt group, that's what we're working on exposing to the customers. Is that a portal to allow you to add the billable items like a new phone line, a new DID, a new hunt group, things like that. So that's coming real soon, though.
So we have what call queues and call groups right now.
Yep.
That would be something that we would have to have you create for us.
Well, yeah, when we first build you on the system, we'll build all your queues, all your hunt groups, all your users, all your phones. And then you can manage them, obviously. You can, pull users in and out of those groups. But if you had to create a new queue for the next couple months, we'd have to build the new queue for you until we expose you to the new tool we have. Yep.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep. And then as a manager for those queues and hunt groups, you have the Supervisor Dashboard here. So you can get a nice little visual, little graph out, predicted waiting times, how many callers are waiting. You could export all the data. So again, I'm in a team that doesn't really have much data right now. I'm in a demo environment, but you could export all this data, 1 hour, 8 hours, all the way up to a year, and just hit the download all queues button here. It'll take all that data, put it into an Excel file for you. Same thing with your queues. So you can, if you just want to look at a specific queue, uncheck all the other queues. Now you're just gonna see information on that particular queue. And the same thing, you could download all that data to an Excel file. So, a bunch of good stuff in here as far as, what's going on with these queues.
I was going to ask you about the reporting.
Yep.
We obviously utilize a lot of the reporting. Can you touch on those?
Yeah, so from the admin portal, you have this call report section. And when you go to reports here, there's two different kinds of reports. There's your basic BG reports. It stands for business group. So this is all your reports on the phone system in general, like all the lines, your users, your hunt groups, your call queues, auto attendants. This is basically all of your data for the whole phone system. And then the ACD reports are specifically for the contact center queues. So this is more like your queue reports, abandoned calls, agent summary reports.
Okay.
So you have your ACD reports, then you have your BG reports, and you could schedule these out as well. So you give it a title. Like every day I come in, I get a call log report for the previous day. I call it Pat's Daily Call Log. Give it a title. Decide what department I want to get the information from, or just leave it on any, and I'll get all the data for the whole company. And then, daily, put an email address in here. I save the report, and then every morning I come in, I get all, a PDF and an Excel file of all that data. If you just want to run it on screen, though, you can just say one off, hit update report, and you get the report right here on the screen.
Okay.
Inbound, outbound calls, source, was it transferred, destination, alerting time, duration. So that's just one simple report. There's many others in there. Yeah, it's got pretty decent reports, even for the contact center. Pretty good reporting.
Good to see.
You guys use an auto attendant, I'm sure?
Yes.
Yep, so you'll have all your auto attendants in here. You open up that and view attendant settings. open attendance settings, and this is really easy to learn too. It's really just your schedules, your menus, and your announcements. So you go in here and upload all your greetings, all your announcements, and then each menu is tied to an announcement. You know what should play when that menu is triggered, and then the schedule schedules out your announcements. So during working hours, I'm using this menu. During after hours, I go to a different menu. Holidays, I could have a different menu. Special days, you can go in there and get it ready for New Year's Eve this year that you're going to be closed. Schedule it, create a new menu, create a new announcement, and you can schedule any day you want to trigger a new menu and a new announcement. And basically, so like during the working hours, I'm using this menu. Here's your different key options, transfer to phone, transfer to queues, transfer to voicemail, dial by name directories, dial by extension, maybe create a new menu, press 1 for customer service, and that's going to go to another menu. Select a new menu or create a new menu. So you could have, nested menus from one menu to the next menu to the next menu. There's no limits on menus or announcements or even schedules.
Okay,
so you have,
good. That was my next question.
one auto attendant for the phone number, and you could have it scheduled out for different menus and different greetings, all kinds of different days.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
What about the there are times that we run into where we need to set the phones into what we call after hours mode. If we're having a meeting or something, can we control the times of operation like we can in 3CX?
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was saying. So like just time of day routing where you want to automate certain times a day?
Well, if it were like, in case of emergency, I need to call an emergency support meeting at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn the phones off. We can turn them off at 3 o'clock and then turn them right back on.
Yeah, there's definitely ways we can configure that. So again, you could access any one of these lines to do a forward through the portal, or even a hunt group. So all these hunt groups have pilot numbers, right? The pilot number can trigger a call forward to a different group, but yeah, that's definitely possible. Okay. So just basically call forwarding that line to a certain auto attendant or a certain message you want to play. But yeah, I mean that's pretty typical, just to be able to go to a phone line and forward it to some pre-recorded destination that's going to play a message.
Yep.
Either right from the phone keypad or going into the portal and doing a call forward from the portal. But yeah, definitely possible. And again, all your users are going to be like, let's say a user gets locked out or you got to change someone's password. I can come over here to John Loudon and just say unlock his account, or reset the line. A new employee came in, I want to reset the line to a new account name, remove them from any call groups. So you have the ability to rename a phone line. That's something you can do today. If you want to access their portal, that's kind of what I was saying. You go to the view individual settings, and now you can call forward that person's line, or go in there and view the account settings, rechange his password or his call pin. So you have access to everyone's portal at any time to do whatever changes you want in there. Different group access numbers. These are like your pilots, pilot numbers for your auto attendants. Yeah, you'll notice that every pilot number has its own portal as well. And sometimes you may even want to call forward a hunt group to somewhere else. So you can do that too. Go to call manager. So instead of, when I receive a call, ring my phone is basically ringing to the hunt group, but you can forward to a different number, send a voicemail, whatever you need to do there. Create rules for different times a day, schedules. So it's pretty powerful, very feature rich. I mean, however you need it set up, we'll get it built that way.
Okay. How do I handle? I have one remote office, and I have 6 remote workers from home.
Yep.
And it's a mix. Some like to use the phone, some like to use the soft phone. Is that handled in the same fashion?
Yeah, I mean, just like your 3CX phones, it's all just basics. Actually, home phones work a lot easier on this platform than on 3CX. We actually had to have a server called NatPass to allow home phones to work correctly on 3CX. This platform is much more open SIP, standard SIP protocol. So you could literally just take a phone home with you. Like right now, I'm just on my Comcast home modem. No special router, no special configuration. I could plug in any Yealink or Polycom phone and just register it right to the platform.
Okay, perfect.
Very easy. Yeah, no special server needed on our site to make those kind of connections.
Okay, good.
Yep. And then the cool thing about making like 3CX, it was almost a nightmare to make button changes or add line appearances or park buttons.
Yep.
This platform, you have your own phone provisioning portal. So if you want to add a speed dial or a park button or anything to any one of your phones, You go to phones, you find the phone you want to manage. Maybe it's a home phone. You don't have to like web into the home user's computer and then get to the phone that way. Just find so Bill's home phone right here, right? I go to Bill's home phone, configure phone. You're going to see whatever phones he has. So he's got a Polycom, bunch of Polycom. So go to his, Yealink or Polycom phone that he has at home. And whatever the firmware supports, you can configure anything right here through this, hit the buttons you want to manage. Maybe I want to give him just a simple speed dial right on button 6, key 6. I can just, say new speed dial or a one-touch transfer or give him a park button or whatever. Simple speed dial. Give it a label. Cisco, put the 800 number in there for Cisco, and then hit the save button, and you just push the speed dial out to that person's phone. That easy.
Yeah, something as basic as that. You would think that we were putting somebody on the moon with these with this platform we're on now.
Yeah, 3CX was really a nightmare to configure phone templates. It was all text files. You had to download the text file, make the text change, and re-upload it. It was kind of crazy.
Yep. Yeah.
Very simple on this play.
Phone support. We have a Polycom
Yep.
conference room phone that connects through some special little mini router.
Yeah, a little ATA device. You have an analog Polycom. Yep.
Yeah, is that supported still?
Yeah. So I just searched for Grandstream here. Here's a little Grandstream HT818, a little 8-port ATA. So same thing. We just support Grandstream ATAs. Very cheap. You can get a 2-port ATA for like $30-$40. Not what ATAs do you have? Because there are certain ones that we don't support on this platform. But again, they're dirt cheap. We can just get you a new one.
Yeah, I'll dig under the desk when we're done.
Yep. So we may have to replace that with a different one, but I think they're $30 for a single port and like $40 for a 2-port. So they're not expensive.
Okay.
But yeah, you just plug your Polycom phone into the little ATA device. It registers just like a phone. Yep. You have your own music on hold server. So you want to upload your own custom music sources. You can, you have 10 different resources you could upload, and then you just assign those resources to different departments.
How long has this product been in use?
Since 2015. Appia bought this platform in 2015.
Oh, a long ago.
Yep. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of endpoints on this right now. So, I mean, it's very different from a 3CX server, obviously. That's a little Windows box, more of an enterprise platform. This is a carrier-grade Class 5 switch, local redundancy, geographically redundant. So the primary's in Chicago, the backup's in Dallas. It's it's a carrier-grade switch. It's designed to be up 100% of the time. Even when we do software updates on it, we're not like shutting the system down. It was built that way.
Gotcha. Is there any special hardware that we would need to house here for it?
Not at all. I mean, it sounds like you already have the phones. You probably have a PoE switch.
We do.
Bandwidth is going to be about the same as you're doing with 3CX. Same kind of codecs and everything. So